Yeah, really good so far. We was in Thursday last week, so Thursday, Friday last week was just 2 testing days. So on the Thursday we were in the gym, so myself, Mauro and the new sports therapist that we've got in full time, Chloe, just went through some gym-based testing with the lads. So Dave was on the watt bikes and basically doing 2 tests. So they did a 30-second wingate test, which is essentially a 30-second all-out effort, and a 6-second peak power test. From that, we get some values from the lad in terms of the power and the power in relation to the body mass that we can utilise for additional conditioning throughout pre-season, and when players get injured inevitably at some point during the season. It just gives us a bit of a baseline for the gym-based conditioning. Myself was doing some power-based testing, so we did a variety of jumps to measure reactive strength and just general lower body power. And Chloe was doing some strength assessments, so just assessments of the players' groin strength, hamstring strength and quad strength, and from that we can just sort of build a general picture of where the players are at. The players that were here previously, so the players that we had last season, we can just see the progress that they've made over the summer from their individual programs, and it just gives us a good indication of the new players of where they're at. So from all that testing, on Thursday we put together some programs for the players, some gym-based programs which they started on Friday, so we're 1 session down on that already, and that will run throughout pre-season. So hopefully by the time we start our first game in August, we've tried to improve some or if any weaknesses that the players have. On the Friday we were out on the pitch, so we did our gym pitch-based testing, so a little warm-up with the lads, and then we did a 5-minute run test. So essentially that's just a circular track around the pitch, and the instructions are run as far as you can in 5 minutes. So we set the players before they went away for the off-season a target that they must achieve when they return, and any new player that we signed during the off-season was given that target, just so they were aware of where they needed to be. And from that we sort of individualised the running throughout the rest of pre-season. So today we did some isolated running for the first time at the end of the session, and had different groups just depending on how the players performed on that 5-minute run test. In terms of that, that will progress throughout the rest of the pre-season, and hopefully as we go by, the more players we can get in the top end of that group. Yeah, really happy, like I say. The players that we had last season were all given an individualised programme for the summer, so they ran up to 4 times a week. Some of the lads did a bit more on the bike than they did on the pitch, just depending on where they were at, and they all had a gym-based programme that they've all adhered to, and they've all come back in great shape. The body fats were excellent on day 1 in terms of where the group were at. In general really pleased. Likewise the new players, whenever they did sign, they were straight away sort of had an in-depth chat with them, see where they're at. Obviously they've all come from different levels. Some of them have finished playing a lot later than others, some of them finished playing a long time ago, so they were all given programs to give them the best chance of where we wanted them to be on day 1, and so far really pleased. So the balls are out now. So today we warm up, a bit of a possession, some boxes and some large-sided games, where it was sort of running with that theme for the rest of this week and next week in terms of big areas, more aerobic work, and then the volume will decrease and we'll get more intense as we go through pre-season. The pre-season itself, we took a lot of time on planning every single drill, every single session. Way back in probably February, March time now, we had 2 plans put together. One if we were in the National League, one if we're in the Football League. So as soon as we knew where we were at, we were ready to go. We had every single thing planned from session 1 to the final week in August before our first game. So we know exactly what we're doing. Day by day, we'll assess where the players are at in terms of what outputs we've got on the GPS, and we might need to tweak things slightly. We might need to do a little bit more some days, do a little bit less other days, but in terms of what we've got planned for the rest of this week and what we've got planned for the rest of the season, it's all planned and ready to go.